And Cape Town's international airport could soon have a new name. The names being considered include prominent struggle stalwarts like former President Nelson Mandela, PAC founder Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, and ANC veterans Albertina Sisulu and Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. Over 1 million passengers pass through the Cape Town airport every year. It's also been named the best in Africa for a third consecutive year.
Cape Town International Airport, a national key point, perched on open land surrounded by several Cape Flats townships. It's one of the busiest airports on the African continent. Before democracy, it was D.F. Malan Airport, named after an apartheid-era Prime Minister. In the early 1990s, it changed to Cape Town International and is now one of the most well-known airports internationally. More expansions are on the cards with a 7 billion rand investment over the next 5 years.
We're getting more and more flights also to the rest of Africa. So in the last 3 years we've added, for example, Nairobi, we've added Zimbabwe, we've never had a flight there. From the 16th of May we're getting Kigali, we're getting Rwanda. So we see a lot of growth in Africa. In the next few years, of course, there will be a lot of improvements. Cape Town International Airport will have massive improvements and expansions. So the runway will be realigned and also the domestic and the international terminal both will be improved. So by 2021-2022 we have a fantastic international airport with the highest standards in the world.
The airport has faced its fair share of challenges. In 2016, it was the target of poo-throwing protesters. The social movement says corner threw human waste at the departure lounges in protest against the bucket toilet systems in townships. In the days following the passing of Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, considered a champion of the poor, there were renewed calls for the airport's name to be changed.
The name that's high up there is the name of Nelson Mandela. But we will have to consider other proposals as well.
The PAC has submitted the name of their founder, Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe. They say he's not getting the recognition he deserves.
His caliber is at the same level of the Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, and those founders of the Pan-Africanism. And then you will remember that even in Robben Island, there was a special law which was made specifically so to keep Sobukwe in Robben Island forever. He was supposed to be out in 1963, then he had to stay there for a further 6 years. And after that, he was banned in Kimberley until his death. And even today, we believe that Sobukwe is still banned.
Cape Townians and visitors to the airport have varied opinions.
Obviously, a name like Nelson Mandela is worthy of it, because if it wasn't for him, I'm sorry we wouldn't have been here.
Well, I don't have a problem with the Winnie Mandela name at all. I feel she's done a lot for us as females, so that should be a good thing for her.
If it was for me, I was saying they can be able to change it towards to Langa, because Langa Libalele Dube, he was the comrade as such towards an ANC.
Change is very good always. However, it never changes anything that's happened in the past. Nelson Mandela was one of the greatest icons in South Africa and also for Cape Town. He's made a lot of sacrifices for us. I promise you, for me, I feel he's the best man who's walked this earth. However, Cape Town represents three things. We're very rich in history, scenery and culture, which attracts people from right across the globe.
The airport is the third largest and one of the busiest on the continent. The Transport Department says the name change process should be concluded by the end of the year. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.